It is the Riot Podcast. We're doing this on Monday, November 21st. Nikki is still gone. Isaiah is still here. Nikki returns 1 week from today after Thanksgiving is all over and behind us. Isaiah, how was your weekend?
You know, I had a good weekend. Watched a lot of football, relaxed a lot. Didn't do anything too crazy. Yesterday, hung out for the majority of the day, just watching the NFL. Saturday, same deal with college football. And now this is a large week for me as I prep for the OSU-Michigan game this upcoming Saturday. Humongous weekend.
It is an interesting thing to hear you talk about preparing for the game. Like there's something you have to do for it.
Oh, I'm prepping. I'll probably start prepping for Saturday on like tomorrow.
Because Saturday's Doomsday. It's when Ohio State's going to lose.
No.
And so you're Doomsday prepping.
There's people that are coming to my house from out of town that are coming for the Ohio State game. I'm probably going to have a large amount of people in my house, so I got to start getting that ready, as well as all the festivities for Saturday. I've got to have things prepared since I'm hosting. And so it's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah. Well,
also, you know what else I'm getting ready for this week?
That?
We're getting the hot tub back in order.
Oh,
bringing the hot tub back for the OSU-Michigan game.
You gotta have it. You gotta have that
steaming
for you.
Yeah. So for after when we get the win, then we can come back and just hop. We're gonna do a hot tub hop in when it's like freezing cold outside. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Well, I hope you get that all in ship shape. Let's talk about the show today. Tell me what's in it.
So we kicked off the show early on by talking some farm animal talk, a little bit of an obscure finding with some sheep that were just doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
No really other way to describe it. We'll talk about it in a bit here. But and then I asked Hudson if he had to pick a farm animal to own, which one would he own?
Yeah. Now I can't reveal my answer here, but I feel that it's an obvious one.
It's the go-to answer.
It is.
For me, I thought it was an acceptable answer, as I have dealt with this animal in the past.
Yeah.
Great animal.
We're not going to reveal
I'm for it.
You gotta, that's early on in the podcast, so you hear that.
Then we talked a little bit later on about how some of you may be getting snow globed.
Yeah. And I said, and I'll come back to this, that I think when we talk about dating trends, and this happens in other things too now, there's a tendency to give everything like a trendy name so that it's not just, here's some problem with your relationship. It becomes, are you getting snow globed?
Yeah.
And it makes it more newsy.
Kind of like when they, you know what it's from?
What's
they kicked it all off with the catfishing.
That's right.
You're getting catfished.
A catchy term that makes it sound different,
and everybody knows what I'm talking about
adds a little mystery.
Years ago, we didn't know what that was.
Right.
Now we all know.
So if the news was like, are you getting catfish? And you'd be like, oh, I don't know. I need to find out.
Am I getting catfish?
But
maybe I am.
If they just
what
said,
is this catfish?
Are you getting duped by somebody online who's not actually who they say they are? If they said that up front, a lot less mystery, a lot less clicks, a lot less fun for everyone. So anyways, with those terms, though, I think they're being too positive with the terms. And they're making it sound like it's a good thing. And I think
if you're getting snow globed,
then we need to find more negative terms. Like, what could you use? What's a term we could use for snow globe that's like more negative?
Something that we could come up with maybe for the Christmassy time that would be a little bit more negative. Are you getting cold?
What's something negative about the holidays?
About Christmas?
Are you getting? What do you call those? Like the piles of snow that after the most
the
of
drifts?
The snow.
Are you getting drifted?
Are you getting drifted? No. But what is it when the there has to be a term for it when the snowplow comes through and it cleans out the parking lot and then there's like a big mountain of snow that's all dirty.
It's called a drift.
That's what I thought. A drift isn't just when the snow blows. Somewhere.
It kind of drifts off the road and there's drifts on the side of the road. But I guess the snowplow kind of creates those. They're man-made drifts.
How about this? Salted.
Are you getting salted?
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
Are you getting brined?
Are you getting snowflaked?
Yeah. I don't know. I just think we'll take more time with it. We'd have to do like a brainstorming session.
Yeah.
But snow globed sounds like fun, and we learned that it is not.
No, you don't want to.
You don't want to get snow globed. You do not.
You do not want to get snow globed. Then we wrapped up at the end by talking about an artist that got their art stolen from them, and so they're now encouraging some shoplifting.
Yeah. And you're going to really, if you're not watching the video podcast on the RadioU Riot Facebook page or YouTube channel, you'll want to check in for that one because there's a surprise.
There is a surprise.
I
forgot
will not
about that.
see it coming. You will not see it coming, but it is a surprise. And the turn that topic takes.
Yeah, it'll be grand for you guys.
So you got to see it to believe it. Okay. Good Monday.
Grand show. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.
We'll take some time, regroup. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time.
Getting prepped for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
The countdown has begun.
It has.
3 days out.
We're getting close. It's going to be a grand old time.
All right, see you guys.
Catch you next time.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Did you see this video going around of the sheep? You seen the sheep video all over the internet this weekend?
I haven't seen it, but I'm seeing it right now.
It'll be a long video to watch continuously, but the video is from China. It is dozens of sheep, and they are running in circles. It's like a big, massive circle with just sheep going around and around and around. And apparently, this has been going for 12 days.
12 days?
12 days.
That's almost 2 full weeks.
Of sheep running in circles. And
it's like one big group, too.
Yeah.
It's a one huge group simultaneously moving together.
And I don't think that, like, the sheep are tagging out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the same sheep. It's a big herd, and so some of them will, join the circle while others take a rest, I guess. And it's been going on for 12 days, and they don't exactly know why.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It's creeping me out.
Isn't it? Doesn't it feel like a sign of the end times?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Sheep are kind of creepy as is. They're like a creepy animal. I feel like they're like a part of creepy things.
You ever look a sheep in the eyes?
I've never looked a sheep in the eyes, no.
They're very... I thought you were a farmer.
Actually, you're right. I have definitely looked a sheep in the eyes.
Yeah, you've looked right up in their face, haven't you?
Right up in their eyes. We didn't have sheep at my house, but when I went to like the fair and stuff, they would be there.
Yeah, and you probably had like your hand in the sheep's mouth and stuff.
I never touched a sheep. I'd say I have pet a sheep. They're really soft.
Stop
They're
saying things that are clearly untrue.
They're very soft.
That is true. That is a Mark IV sheep. Don't taste very good though. But I don't know why everything has to
revolve around taste.
Yeah, have to come back to food. But they are a creepy animal if you look at them, and then to watch them run around in circles for 12 days straight, it just makes you wonder. Like, obviously, if it was one sheep, you'd be like, okay, and it must have like some brain.
Billy Bob is just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's got a brain injury or some kind of like amoeba.
He's the special one.
Eating away. Yeah, that would be one thing. But this is a whole herd of sheep, 12 days in a row. They're running around in circles. Honestly, if any animal or humans, a large group of them ran around in circles for 12 days in a row nonstop, I think we should be concerned because it seems like some kind of supernatural force is causing them to do that, and it could be a sign of something to come.
Yeah, this is definitely an odd video to watch. I'm just watching the sheep just make their rounds, and it's just, I don't know, it'd just be creepy. I feel like the farmer clearly has no control of his herd. Just another thing we need to keep an eye on.
That's
as well.
Right. We need to get somebody, some scientists and some experts need to get in there and do some research because this is concerning. Or the only other explanation is these sheep are at the best metal concert of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Circle Pit, baby.
Circle Pit.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. That's the only other explanation.
It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
We were just talking about a video that's been going around the internet of these sheep in China. They have been running around in circles nonstop for 12 days, 12 entire days. And it is a wild video to watch. Obviously, the video is not 12 days long, but it's crazy to think about that they've just been doing this whole time. And Isaiah had a good question that was somewhat related.
Yeah, I would say it's in the neighborhood because Hudson always, gives me a hard time as I'm a country boy. He's kind of a city boy. So for those of you out there who also reside in the country, just know that Hudson's against you. But we talk about which of all the farm animals, if you could own one, which one are you picking?
So what counts as a farm animal?
You
can
know
farm a lot of things.
what the farm animals are. I'm talking about like pigs, cows, chicken, sheep, goat. Yep.
Horse? Does horse count?
Horses count. Yeah, we'll count horses. Not really all that beneficial, but we can count them.
I know my answer because I kind of want one.
As of now.
It's a pig.
Oh, a pig.
I want a pig.
Good
because
answer.
Pigs can live in my house. I don't have to build a stable.
That is
for
true.
A pig. I don't have to I can just keep it in my house. You know what I mean? I don't have to buy extra property. I don't have to go outside to feed it and stuff. Just keep it in the house. It runs around with Saphira the dog, and it's having a grand old time.
Yeah, growing up at my house, we always had pigs. That was like the one animal that we always had. Like when I was younger, we had cows there, but then we transitioned into pigs just because they're a little bit easier.
Yeah.
But they're like a big dog. Essentially, they're sort of like a 250-pound dog.
Or
they're
you could just get a smaller pig. And
you get a smaller pig.
That's
like
right.
The potbelly pigs. One of my friends actually has had one of those that they kept in their house. But I've seen on like TikTok and stuff, people keep like all kinds of animals in their house. You see, there's like a goat online that they keep in their house that's real funny that like plays with the dogs and stuff. So
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's funny.
So you just think, are you saying?
I'm thinking there's a lot of things.
If you keep any animal in your house with your dog, it'll just
add like
the
a dog.
will lead and it will follow.
It will think it's a dog.
Yeah.
And if you have a pig in your house, it'll for sure think it's a dog.
Unless it's a hamster, then the dog will just eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had that happen to friends before.
It needs to be an animal that's big enough to hold its own.
Yeah.
But the pig inside the house, I mean, as long as it's a small enough pig, you keep it clean. Yet again, very similar to a dog.
Yeah, I think the pig is the only one, too, that, and quite frankly, I think I'd have a hard time bossing a pig around.
Yeah.
Like, it might wind up ruling my house, and I'd be its pet. But you talk about horses, you talk about cows, they're gonna beat me up. They're bigger than me.
They're just huge animals.
Yeah. And so they're like, I'm not going to be able to say anything to a horse. It's gonna make it. And I know several dairy farmers from growing up, and they say the cows, they're
They're
so
stubborn
big.
things.
They're big and dumb, and they do whatever they want.
They do. That's all factual.
Yep. So
the horses, I'm against the horses.
Yeah.
People that can train the horses, you can ride them and whatnot, but I'm just not a horse guy. Kind of afraid of horses a little bit. They kind of intimidate me. I'd be afraid to ride one, I think. And for me, that's just a no. I would also lean pig because I do have experience with pigs in the past.
You know what happened to my neighbor with a horse?
Fell off?
No.
Kicked?
Arguably, I guess maybe not worse than both of those things, potentially, but very permanent. A horse bit off one of my neighbor's ears.
No way. Got an ear on him, huh?
Yeah,
a little bit too close. You trust them too much. These animals aren't your friends. They aren't your friends.
They aren't. They're just putting up with you because what are they going to do?
They need the food.
You've trapped them, and yeah, you're feeding them, but they don't want to be around you.
Let your guard down. They'll take your ear.
Turn your back on a horse, and the next thing you know, you can't hear a thing.
This is RadioU's Worst of the Riot.
And we talked about some dating trends recently that are concerning. Winter coating is one, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you just the same way you bust out a winter coat and then quickly forget about it as soon as the weather warms up. Some people do that with their exes. They just want to be with somebody. They'll bust them out for the holidays.
For the Christmas season, you go back to your ex for a little bit, then you're out of there.
And then once the weather warms up, you're like, I'm on to bigger and better things, and I don't need you. That was one. We've talked about a few, but Isaiah's brought a new one to our attention here.
Yeah, this one's similar to the Winter Coating Act.
Is it?
But this one's a little bit different, a little twist on it.
Okay.
It's called Snowglobing.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It sounds fun, doesn't it? Not so much fun. Well, it is fun for one person involved. The other person, not so much.
Okay, what is snowglobing?
So essentially, you're getting snow globed if you've been talking to somebody, maybe not all that serious, right? And then all of a sudden, you're closing in on Thanksgiving, Christmas right around the corner. They're getting real attached to you. They're trying maybe pushing, go into your Christmas events with your family. Christmas parties, they want to go to every single one with you. They're acting as if you guys are really meant to be.
Yeah.
And then
taking a bunch of steps.
Yeah, it's moving fast. Things are moving quick with you.
Things start to seem more serious.
And then January 3rd rolls around.
And what happens? Crickets, huh?
Out of there.
And how is that?
Ghosted. You're gone.
How is that
kicked to the curb? Over. Lonely. Again.
How is that like a snow globe is what I was trying to get
I think maybe just because it's all your relationship is compact into a certain point in time. And you're kind of trapped in there. And then once New Year's Eve comes around, then it's pretty much over.
Oh, see, I was thinking all the emotions are getting shaken up.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're
then
spinning that thing?
Once the holidays are over, they settle down.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like
you think that makes sense?
That makes sense,
Everything
yes.
settles and kind of rests, and in the cold light of day, the very cold light of January, you realize that, maybe...
You've been hoodwinked.
Yeah.
Led astray.
The things have gone too far, and they went in the direction you didn't think they were going, and you were excited about it, maybe. But you're saying, though, like this may even be a thing that people aren't doing intentionally.
Yeah, probably not.
Where they're just, they're getting amped up.
They're
it's the holidays,
excited.
the fuzzy feelings are flowing.
Yep.
And you have some big moments together, a family meal, like you introduce them to the family, maybe like
you
that's
go
a
to
big moment.
maybe you're like doing like the zoo lights. There's a lot of romantic things you can do
right. It is
around
a romantic
Christmas,
time of year.
Thanksgiving time. Your dates are a little bit cuter than the normal date because you can do Christmassy stuff, which is a little bit more loving.
Maybe they get you a nice gift.
Oh, you're talking about presents now.
If they're really
pushing
win
gifts.
you over with a gift.
You know what? That happens too. Maybe they're doing presents. Maybe you weren't really thinking we were doing presents, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm Christmas shopping for you," and then they're like, "Oh my gosh, I better get her a gift. I guess we're doing gifts." And then she's like, "I'm so excited
and then you
to
get
meet
like
your family."
A really nice necklace for her, and she gets you like a jack, a scarf.
A scarf?
Yeah, she's like, this really made me think of you. It's really made me think of you, and then you're realizing this is imbalance, and that's where you realize it's the beginning of the end.
It's the end, yeah.
So
maybe if you're talking to somebody right now that shouldn't be as serious as it is, maybe you pump the brakes on them.
Slow play it,
and play it cool. Don't get too attached right now.
Don't get too deep, and then see how things look on January 3rd.
Yeah, you want to wait it out a little bit. See how it's feeling in January. Don't get too excited right now.
It's cautionary for yourself that you don't want to start snow globing and you don't want to get snow globed.
You don't want to get snow globed.
I'll tell you what. They got to stop giving these harmful dating trends such fun names, though.
I know. It sounds like a great
thing. They're really not making it like if somebody says, "Hey, you want to be snow globed?" I don't know. Actually, that does kind of sound. I'm a little nervous about that, but sure, I do. So I don't know. We got to rethink that. We got to be more clear names. Like if there's poison, there's that guy, Mr. Yuck or whatever, and it's very clear. That's something you don't want.
You don't want that. But snow globed.
Yeah, snow globe. We need a Mr. Yuck for dating terms.
Maybe I want to be snow globed. I don't know.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Isaiah, how many painters do you think you can name?
3.
3? Let's go for it.
Michelangelo.
Okay.
I've got Leonardo da Vinci.
Okay. Yep. I thought you were going to say DiCaprio for a second.
No, I've got, come on. I can definitely do one more.
You have to.
Donatello.
No, that's a Ninja Turtle, I believe.
Oh, I was just going to go through all the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're all named after painters, probably.
Yeah, I think so, right?
You know what?
3.
You might be right.
I'm pretty sure. Andrew Donatello? He may be a painter. Let me look it up here. Continue on.
Donatello, Raphael.
Yep.
Is he, you could be, actually, you may be very right about that. I'm not as well versed in Ninja Turtle lore. And I was thinking it's hard to name a bunch of painters anyways, but you can do it. You can think of the famous painter, Van Gogh. Rembrandt is a big one. Picasso, obviously, more contemporary. And but nowadays, though, painting, there's not that many famous painters, right?
No.
You can't name a single painter nowadays except for one, Banksy, right?
I have no idea who that is.
You've not heard of Banksy?
I don't know who that is.
I think he's a lot bigger in the UK. But he is like international. He's like the one painter right now that is like internationally.
Is he good or something? Like, what's the deal with him?
I don't know.
He's that good?
I don't know enough about art to really be able to say. But here's something that happened. Banksy is, again, especially in the UK, he's an anonymous painter. Supposedly nobody actually knows who he is, which is also pretty impressive. That he's so committed to the art, so committed to the bit that in a world of everybody wanting attention, he doesn't. But here's what did happen. Apparently you ever wear Guess clothing?
I do not, but I know what it is, though. I am familiar with that.
Yeah, I wear a lot of Guess. But
no, you do not.
What do you mean?
I've never seen you wearing Guess.
I'm wearing Guess jeans right now.
No, you're not.
You want me to get up and show
Guess jeans?
Yeah, hold on.
I can see you on camera. Just stand up.
Look, can you see the thing on my pants? Do you see it?
I didn't know what he saw.
I guess the camera's in the or the screen is in the way. It's a guess. It's guess G. Anyways, I got to rethink it because here's what happened. A guest shop in the UK used Banksy's one of his murals in their store setup. I don't know, like if they printed it or whatever, but they used it as part of their ads in their store. And so Banksy didn't take so kindly to that. And so he took to Instagram and said, "Attention all shoplifters, please go to the guests on Regent Street. They've helped themselves to my artwork without asking. How can it be wrong for you to do the same with their clothes?"
Oh, so he's asking for people to shoplift.
He's encouraging that because in his eyes, that's what guests did to him, which, I mean, if they didn't even ask, because I don't know if Banksy makes money off of his art. He's anonymous. Nobody knows who he is. But it's about the art.
He's known for being a freehand graffiti artist.
Yes, graffiti is his thing.
Isn't that against the law?
See? But I think it's public. I think it's public property or something. I don't know.
Interesting.
So what do you think? Are you siding with it? I mean,
I don't know where I stand because I think that if they stole things, if the things they stole is graffiti, and it's just on a random wall somewhere.
Yeah, but it's still his artwork.
But who even is he? We don't even know who he is. Whose is it? We don't know.
So you're saying maybe they don't know who to ask.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he has an Instagram.
Yeah, but
so you could DM him on Instagram.
Maybe they were just walking by a wall where someone just
popped
spray painted on there. And they were like, that's kind of cool.
And so somebody snapped it on their phone.
Maybe we'll use it.
And then reprinted that out and put it in their store.
Could be.
I don't know. I think, at least for most of us, you see that and you think, well, obviously he's not telling people to seriously shoplift, but he is trying to make a point. Is point proven?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just go. We know this.
You can't shoplift. But you can't steal either.
You also can't just go stealing,
people's work.
Art, people's work and using it to promote your own stuff. We don't do that.
I think once we get the clarification from guests on if they did steal it, they need to comp him some money.
Yeah, or at least apologize.
Do something. Stop selling the clothes.
Give him some jeans.
Give him a pair of jeans.
Yeah,
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
It might make it all worth it.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.